The Elves and the Shoemaker. Once upon a time, in a quaint village, there lived a humble and hard-working shoemaker who resided with his loving wife. Despite his skill in crafting the finest shoes, the shoemaker struggled to make ends meet. No matter how diligently he worked, he couldn't earn enough to support his family. His situation became so dire that he could no longer afford to buy the necessary leather for his trade. Eventually, he found himself with only enough material to create one final pair of shoes. Determined, the shoemaker carefully cut out the leather pieces and arranged them neatly on his workbench, planning to sew them together the next morning. As he worked, his wife, looking worried, approached him. "What will become of us?" she asked, her voice trembling with concern. "Our cupboards are empty, we have no firewood, and even our last candle is nearly burned down." "Don't worry," the shoemaker reassured her gently. "Things will work out for us. Tomorrow, I'll finish these shoes, and surely someone will buy them." With a hopeful heart, the shoemaker retired to bed, eager to complete the shoes at dawn. The next morning, he awoke early and hurried to his workshop. To his astonishment, on his workbench lay a pair of shoes, perfectly crafted with fine, even stitches. They were far superior to anything he had ever made. The shoemaker inspected the shoes closely and realized that they were made from the very pieces of leather he had prepared the previous night. Filled with wonder, he called his wife to see the miraculous shoes. She too was amazed. "Who could have made these shoes?" she asked in disbelief. The couple decided to place the exquisite shoes in the shop window and drew back the blinds to showcase their beauty. Soon after, a wealthy man entered the shop, enchanted by the fine craftsmanship of the shoes. He purchased them for a handsome price, much more than the shoemaker had ever earned before. Overjoyed, the shoemaker quickly used the money to buy ample food for his family and enough leather to make 2 more pairs of shoes. That afternoon, he cut out the leather pieces and arranged them on the bench, just as he had done the night before. Then, he joined his wife and children upstairs to share a hearty meal, their hearts filled with newfound hope and gratitude. As night fell, the shoemaker and his wife wondered who their mysterious benefactor could be. They decided to hide and watch the workshop to uncover the secret. Late into the night, when the moon was high, they saw 2 tiny elves, dressed in ragged clothes, appear in the workshop. With nimble fingers, the elves swiftly and expertly stitched the shoes together, working with such precision and speed that the shoemaker could hardly believe his eyes. The next morning, the shoemaker and his wife discussed how they could repay the elves for their kindness. "These little elves have helped us so much," said the shoemaker's wife. "Let's make them some new clothes to keep them warm." The shoemaker agreed, and together, they crafted tiny outfits for the elves, complete with little shoes. That night, they left the new clothes on the workbench and hid once more to watch. When the elves arrived, they were delighted with the gifts and quickly dressed in their new clothes. They danced with joy and, with a final wave to the shoemaker and his wife, disappeared into the night, never to be seen again. From that day forward, the shoemaker's business flourished. Word of his fine craftsmanship spread far and wide, and he never again struggled to make a living. He and his wife always remembered the kindness of the elves and lived happily ever after, grateful for the magical help they had received in their time of need.